Jimin waited. He stayed hidden in the shadows across the street from the hotel, his presence blending seamlessly into the night as if darkness itself had learned his shape. The neon lights of the place flickered endlessly, laughter and loud music spilling out from inside, mocking him with every second that passed. Mike was in charge here, everyone knew that, and Jimin knew patience would be his greatest weapon tonight. It didn't matter how long it took, midnight came and went, and still Jimin didn't move. His jaw was clenched tight, his eyes cold and burning with a fury that never truly slept. Every laugh drifting from the hotel felt like another insult, another reminder of what had been taken from him. Inside, those men were busy drowning themselves in alcohol, surrounding themselves with women, celebrating like nothing in the world could ever touch them. They didn't know death was standing right outside their door. When Jimin finally moved, it was silent, calculated, unseen. He approached the hotel entrance calmly, his steps steady, controlled, as if this was nothing more than another routine errand. One by one, the guards fell without warning, no hesitation, no mercy. Jimmy didn't speak to them, he didn't need to. By the time he reached the corridor inside, the laughter from earlier had turned into chaos. Confusion and fear. He walked forward through it all like a storm given human form. From inside one of the rooms, Mike's voice echoed loudly, thick with arrogance and cruelty. Give this bitch a truck. Mike barked, his tone lazy and untilted. She will learn what it means to go against me. Make sure the dose is high. One of his men rushed in, panic already creeping into his voice. Boss, someone else. The sentence never finished. The sound of the gunshot tracked through the corridor. The man dropped instantly, collapsing against the wall. Jimin stood there, gun still raised, blood speckling his face, his expression unchanged, empty, cold, terrifyingly calm. Mike turned sharply, shock twisting his features. What the? Jimin stepped forward into the light, a slow, cruel smug spreading across his bruised face. Remember me? He asked quietly, his voice dripping with dark amusement. For a moment, Mike just stared, disbelief flashing across his eyes before rage took over completely. You motherfucker, he shouted. I knew it, I knew. We should have killed you on the spot back then. Yeah, Jimin replied calmly, tilting his head slightly. You should have. Mike lunged forward, him in blind fury, throwing a punch fueled by fear and pride. Jimin dodged it effortlessly, moving with deadly precision. In one swift motion, he stabbed Mike from behind, forcing a painful cry from his throat. Another man rushed forward, but Jimmy shot him without hesitation, kicking his knees out from under him before he could even react. Jimmy pulled his dagger free and struck again, carefully this time, avoiding anything vital. He needed Mike alive. Mike collapsed to the floor, gasping, shaking violently as pain coursed through him. Jimmy stood over him, eyes blazing with hatred so deep it felt endless. Don't pass out, Jimin warned darkly. We are not done. From his pocket, Jimin pulled out a metal hook and forced it into Mike's cheeks, hooking it through his mouth to keep him conscious. Mike screamed in agony, the sound echoing down the empty corridor. Jimin didn't flinch. Your brother needs to see you like this, he muttered coldly. He grabbed Mike by collar and dragged him out of the hotel, ignoring the blood trail left behind, ignoring the screams, ignoring everything except the single purpose driving him forward. He shoved Mike harshly into the back seat of the car, handcuffing his wrist to the seat holder so there was no chance of escape. The hook remained in place, forcing broken cries from Mike's throat as the car door slammed shut. Jimmy stood there for a moment, breathing steadily, then turned back towards the hotel entrance. From his pocket, he pulled out a folded note and placed it neatly by the door, weighted down so it wouldn't move. A message, an invitation, a warning. Now, Jimin murmured to himself as he walked back to the car, eyes dark with promise. Your brother will come to me on his own. The engine roared to life and the car disappeared into the night, leaving behind silence, bodies, and a game that was finally reaching its end.